So last time we met, you guys remember we were in a foresty area. You battled a couple crocodiles, slaughtered them, got away from the tree people, the dryads actually. Um,
That's what they were. They were dryads.
they're dryads, yes, yes.
Okay.
But recognized to the people, which actually, and I'm glad you asked that, Jaden, because as a resident of the island, your people refer to them as what's your I believe vine walkers is what you guys call them. Basically, they are recognized to everyone else as savages, just living out, just these monsters out in the woods. Um, so yes, but you guys successfully battled your way out of the arena and are back on your way with Squivish and with Artie. Um, our friends Damis and Helga, they have decided that in their adventures, in order to properly just succeed and live their best life possible, they felt that they were um, needed elsewhere, and they felt that they had a good opportunity at maybe some kind of life on this island with the time that you guys have on here. So they do actually split off from the group. Everyone ends on good terms, hands are shaken, hugs are given, and they head off. So it is just you three, Squibish and Artie. First things first, we are going to see how many days, and it has been a 3 days journey since the last adventure. And does everyone have food to
Yes.
cover those 3 days?
Definitely.
All right,
We have 4 rations left, yeah.
I
Okay.
do not know what I have.
you're good. You're good. Do you have any starting items at all that you know of?
I'm going to my inventory right now.
You're good.
I have rations for 1 day.
You have rations for 1 day. Okay. So does anyone have or is willing to share rations with Jaden?
Share my last ration with him. Oh,
Thank you, Ben. Thank you.
still down a day.
Okay.
Is there a constant
so-
sound coming from my, like a buzzing or anything?
constant sound?
No, I don't think so.
Well, it's just when you. I'm sorry, real quick. Sorry to break everything up.
You're fine.
When you watch your video, like the blue line goes around your character when you're making noise. Mine's just
Oh.
constantly on. So
Yeah.
I'm just-
Oh, I see what you mean. Interesting.
y'all aren't hearing anything. Y'all are all good.
No, it actually just went away when like just now when you paused. Like I don't
Okay.
see it now.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I was just making sure.
Yeah, it's all good.
Oh, wait, a hearty ration. Never mind. I can give them. Yeah, I can get rid of all my rations. Feed both me and what's his name?
Okay. Okay. Awesome. So everyone's fed for the 3 days. Right?
Xander, thank you very much.
Yep.
I appreciate it.
For sure.
Of course.
Which while we're at it, on these 3 days headed back, we have had a lot. Our party has had a lot of time to talk amongst ourselves and get to know each other. Xander, we got a brief introduction, but what I didn't even ask is, was there anything you wanted the rest of your crew to know as you're joining them? I mean, first of all, tell us what you look like. As much as you feel fit to tell us, just kind of introduce your character a little better, because I don't think I gave a great introduction to you last time.
Yeah, give me a second. Ooh.
You're good.
If my internet goes out, by the way, guys, I'll switch over to my phone and I'll be back. If it happens, if I cut out, I'll be right back.
You good. You good. Appreciate the heads up.
Actually. Oh my god. It'll be-
You got it?
I am 23. Blue eyes, black hair. I'm white, obviously. I'm actually blue, but
I guess that's okay.
That's racist.
yeah. Okay. 23 years old.
Damn.
I do not have a faith. And I can speak Dwarvish actually, which I just figured out. I can speak, write, and read Dwarvish.
He woke up this morning and was like, "Whoa, I can speak, write, and write Dwarvish. I'm completely literate in the Bungadungas."
My personality traits. I always have a plan for what to do when things go wrong. I pay attention to the risks in a situation. Never tell me the odds. I am incredibly slow to trust those who seem the fairest. Often have the most to hide. I'm always calm, no matter what the situation. I never raise my voice or let my emotions control me. My ideals, greed. I will do whatever it takes to become wealthy. Redemption. There's a spark of hope. No, there's a spark of good in everyone. My bonds. Someone I love died because of a mistake I made that will never happen again, and I'm not sharing that just yet.
All right.
And my flaws. When I see something valuable, I can't think about anything but how to steal it.
All right. All right.
Just a little bit about me.
Yeah. Daniel, how do you feel about having this interesting character on your team?
Keeping a close eye on him. Not much to steal in a forest, but making sure if he has the option to, see if I can make sure we don't get into any trouble.
I got you.
Shadow in the night. I am Batman.
On the third evening, going on to sunset, as you guys are traveling back to, if you look on the map, it is the place that says Home Sweet Home on there. And Squibish is hobbling in front of you. And he guides you guys through an open field of tall grass, and then to nearing the coast of the island, there's a large cave mouth with various cloths, shirts, just recycled clothing and fabrics curtained over the mouth of it, and a fire pit on the outside. And you can see that this is where he calls home. He goes up and he goes, "Sorry, friends, but please come in. We have much to discuss." And he opens it up and goes in, and he actually leads the way for you, and you just see him kind of disappear in the curtain. But you see him starting to light some lanterns on the inside and a warm glow that is coming from the inside. As you guys enter, you will see that unlike the rough and kind of dirty outward appearance of this cave, it is rather charming on the inside. The walls are not dirt or stone. They've actually been boarded with wood in large kind of panels that look like they as well were recycled. And they are kind of curved and worn. They're pretty old, not like ancient, but pretty old. They seem to be maybe some remnants of like a larger structure that he just kind of hauled over there over time. There are lanterns straight ahead. There's a fireplace that's kind of dug out into the cave with some books overhead. There are crates and barrels and boxes all along the walls where you can see he has stored many items, clothes, food, really you name it, he has it in there just because he's been living there for so long. And then closer to the entrance, as you turn right, there's a little table with stools around it. And he sits there and pours himself a drink that he has on hand and starts drinking it and starts coughing a little bit and drinks. And he goes, "Please, come in. We must talk." And anyone have any questions about the environment, curiosities, or just more you want to know based on what you've heard so far? Or just anything you want to do given this opportunity.
Yeah, I think really quickly, I think you said this in the last session, but I think my character, so Jedediah, would kind of realized all this time after looking at all this orb stuff that was going on, and he would check his pack to see if he had the orb that was given to him earlier.
Got you.
So
you-
what is this orb? I don't really know much about it.
Okay. Well, by all means, ask Mr. Squibbish. And Jed, you're looking in your bag for yours, correct?
Yeah, because I don't know if I have it or not.
Okay. Jed, you're looking through and you reach into your bag and you do find your orb. It's
Okay.
about the size of a softball. And Squibbish looks at it and looks at you knowingly and asks for you to approach the table with him. Xander, were you asking Squibbish a question then?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, what is that orb and what does it do?
Yes.
Oh no, keep on going.
Okay.
But yes, he motions for everyone to gather around. Daniel, are you joining at the table or are you looking around somewhere else by chance? Just out of curiosity.
I'll keep a watch outside to make sure, but I'll still be listening into the conversation.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's a curtain, so you stay outside, and the nature around is pretty peaceful actually. The wind is blowing rather soft, and as the sun sets, you hear crickets start to chirp. No immediate danger, but you're doing good. You're watching guard and everything. Squibbish sits at the table and he spreads out the map as before, so everyone can see it. And he turns to Jed and he says,
My friend, bring the orb to me. We must discuss it.
and he places his on the table. He turns to Xander while Jed brings out his orb and places it on the table as well. Is that fair to say, Matthew?
Yes.
He turns to Xander and he motions to the orbs and starts telling you that
These are words of prophecy, my friends. Only 4 in the whole universe exist. And I've never been, well, I never thought I would see them reunite again.
and he asks Jed's permission to actually take hold of his orb that he has.
So I'm gonna say this outright. Sounds like these orbs are pretty valuable to me.
They're
No,
called
no.
priceless. That means they're worthless. So
Oh no.
They are valuable not to the wealth of man, but valuable to the wealth of life.
And he takes the one from Jed, and as he holds the 2 orbs, they start glowing. The one in his hand is glowing green, and it just, and the one that Jed had is glowing like an orange, yellow color, and does the same thing. And as they get closer and closer, they get brighter and brighter. And as the 2 materials that they look like glass, you expect to hear like a clink or something like that, but no, they like a bubble just morph into one orb, and their lights simmer out and they become one item. And he looks to you all, well, he looks at the 2 of you and he says,
These are the orbs of the quarter gods. When all 4 are connected as one, they will open the key to the universe. I held all 4 at once a long time ago, but they became lost to me, stolen over the years. But it seems they have a will, and they've come back.
and he puts it on the table and just kind of drinks more from his cup. At this time, Jed, would you do a perception check for me?
19.
19. You, as you're looking at the orb and you are looking at the room around it, something about the environment feels off. Which that maybe should have been like an insight check, but it doesn't really matter that much. But something feels not off like a threat, but off like strange. And you can't quite place why. As you continue to glance around, you're looking at the walls, and you're looking at the curtain on the mouth of the cave, and on the walls, the wooden structures that are together. The biggest one that's mounted into the wall has a emblem carved into it, and it suddenly just like a light to your head, it clicks, and it bears the emblem of Aldervin. And as you're looking at the rest of the pieces and the types of shapes carved into them, it occurs to you that the walls and everything are actually made of an Aldervin ship. Yes. Squibbish doesn't really mind you looking around or anything, and notices, and he goes,
Aldervin, my own. You come from there as well.
And he will look at Squibbish and be like, yes, I think we got here in around the same boat. Excuse the pun.
and he gets up to kind of clear off there is some dust on the wall, and he clears it off where the emblem is, and that's when Jed's gut kind of drops, actually, because as he clears off more and reveals more of the detail of the emblem and the wording under it and everything, you see that this is not just an Aldervin ship. This is the same ship you arrived on.
Oh, dang.
Okay, so may I ask what's the whole conversation about the ship? Because I've heard a few conversations of this so-called ship, and I do not know anything of it.
Who would you like to ask about it?
I'll ask David, right? That's Ben's name?
Yeah. What's up?
That would be Daniel.
Daniel.
Now, Daniel arrived on a different, under different circumstances from a different land, actually.
So I guess I'll ask Jed.
Yeah, okay. So Jed would turn to you. So I'd be talking to Squibbish, and then you would ask. You would probably, I'm guessing you like butted in and be like, okay, ship? What is this ship we're talking about? Like, because that's kind of how I took it, you saying that. And Jed will kind of look over at you and be like, we were at sea for, and he'll say 2 or 3 months, almost 3 months. And one night there was a pretty hefty storm. We heard someone fall overboard, a scuffle, so we all went to check it out, or not all of us, but most went to check it out, and
Including you?
I did, yes. And when we got to the top, me and someone who accompanied me earlier almost got into a fight. The captain had been murdered, and then as we get into this fight, this giant wave comes over us that almost seemed lifelike, and the ship, everything went dark. When we woke up, I was on the island, and then I was in caves for like 5 years. And then Jed will laugh and be like, "Nah, I was probably in there for like a few, like a few hours, but it felt like years." But yeah, I arrived on this same ship, and then he'll look at Squibish and be like, "I don't remember seeing you," because I don't think he would remember seeing Squibish.
He doesn't. Squibish actually, in response to you telling Xander all this, he goes,
My friend, how long ago did you wash ashore?
And then he'll look at he won't look at his watch, I guess. He'll look at his hands.
it's a
and
sundial, a little sundial.
He'll count. Yeah, he's got a sundial watch. He stole it from Xander. And so I'm kidding. So he'll look at his hands and he'll count and he'll be like,
My job.
a week, maybe 2 weeks ago. That's when I woke up.
Squibish leaves the wall and approaches you, Jed, and puts his little scaly hand on your shoulder, and
He goes, my friend, I regret to say, but it seems the curse on this land is already taking a hold. I found the remains of that ship 7 months ago.
The curse. The curse. Wait, give me a second. I know something about a curse.
What do you know, friend?
If I am to be correct, I was born within the Silver City, capital of Island, torn in division between those in poverty and those who call themselves the Smooth Skins, and raised in orphanage. The curse over the land has trapped everyone as well as everybody. Nobody ages and wounds do not heal on their own. But it says right here, 100 years have passed since the curse left the whole island and left people in a very dismal state. If I am to be correct,
the curse is still present. It has not passed. There might have been a typo in there if I heard what you were reading correctly.
yeah,
but-
it says 100 years have passed since the curse left the whole island. Well, it says 100 years have passed since the curse leaving the whole island's people in a weary, dismal state.
He meant that it left. It's been 100
left
years
the
since
people
it has
away.
left its mark, but it's still there.
Okay, so I know about the curse.
Yes.
You do. The exact information about where it came from, why it came from, that is still a mystery to many people. At this time, though, Ben, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. At this time, while everyone's discussing this and discussing the arrival to the island and the time flux, if you will, Ben,
Yeah.
in the distance, beyond the forests, beyond the plains of grass, in the center of the island, there is, if you look at the map, there's a large mountain in the center of it.
Mhm.
And as you are out there standing guard, you feel the wind pick up slightly, just for a moment. And the grass bends a little bit. And from the mountain itself, you can see kind of a invisible wave pulse out from the mountain. It just goes, and it passes. And there is a sound that rides the wave, and it covers the entire land and reaches your ears and passes over you, and you just hear and it seems that whatever that sound was, it came from the mountain, but the power of it just carried over the entire island. Inside the cave, Xander and Jed and Squibish and Artie, they just feel the cave kind of tremble for just a second as it passes, and things just kind of rumble, and then it's all still and quiet again. Squibbish takes the orb and he looks around and he goes,
Jed, please put this back. Put it in your case. From now on, friends, this journey will be much more dangerous. I believe he knows you're here.
May I ask who?
I think I might know. I can
um,
note.
and I was gonna say, Daniel, are you still outside or do you want to come inside after that?
I will come inside after that.
Okay, do you say anything when you come inside?
I imagine I heard what Squibbish said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you've been listening to the entire conversation. You've just been like outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See ya.
What are you talking about? I spelled it right. I'll make. I'll make.
So Squibbish hears you and he goes,
Aomake is his name.
Okay.
Understandable. I know you've not been here long. But it seems that the uniting of the two of the four orbs has made him aware of your presence.
and he coughs and he goes on to tell you all, specifically Jed, but all of you find something that you hear in this story to be kind of a revelation to you all. But he explains that Aomake, he is not a man, he is not a troll, he is not a dragon. He
Oh.
is a behemoth of a creature that appeared the same day that the curse fell. He calls the mountain in the center of the island his home, and he lives inside of it. And he comes out only every so often, maybe a few months, after a few months to feed. And he turns to Jed and he tells him that
A tidal wave. No, my friend. We have no storms like that in this coast. What you experienced was a flap of his wings overhead.
Gotcha.
and yeah, the entire tidal wave was simply him passing over the ship and flapping his wings as he passed over you. Let me double check myself, but at this time, let me go back to my original notes. Haha. He asks everyone to gather around and take a look at the map and discuss amongst yourselves for just a moment based on I know you have limited info and everything, but go ahead and examine the map, and if anyone has any particular interests or goals related to maybe where you want to go, look it up for a second, because I'm also looking up a couple things on my
I do
end.
not see the map on here.
Is it
It's in the
Skype
chat.
chat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
oh
don't see
no, it's right there. It just appeared. I'm not crazy. I promise. So where are we exactly?
Sweet home.
Oh, home sweet home. Okay, I see it. And so we're gonna discuss among ourselves where to go.
Mhm.
Now I'm guessing Xander, because he's been alive since I'm guessing the curse.
Mhm.
Like he was born during the curse. I'm guessing because he's only 23.
Well,
Yes.
So
how would that work?
Excuse me?
Because no one technically can be born during the curse.
No, he was 23 when the curse hit. So
Oh.
he's it
Okay.
happened within his lifetime.
So I'm old, okay?
Yep. All right.
You don't look bad for 123.
Hey, it's the curse on the land, It's what it is.
Who says it's all bad, you know?
So I'm guessing Xander has to have heard rumors of this man in the middle of the mountain. Maybe even faintly on quests that he has done, people that he has talked to.
Mm-hmm. Good observation. Yeah.
Because I feel like Xander has pretty good connections throughout the island,
Mhm.
Because of his job or what he used to do now, I guess.
Yeah. No, I mean that's a good observation, and that is correct. You to say the word friends would be a loose term given your particular history and your particular crowd that
Assets.
Yeah, assets. That's a good way to word it. But yes, you being from the Silver City, you are from up north where that's where all the businesses. It's where it's the Big Apple of the island. Everyone goes there. If you will look right next to, if you look to the left of the mountain, there's a little circle with a check mark with a question mark above it. But around that area, you do know that there's a town where you have some connections, particularly a family that used to mine into that mountain and were very present in experiencing Eomake's first showing, so to speak.
Okay, so we're gonna have a talk with the Jed and Daniel.
Mhm.
I guess my character would bring this up knowing that I know people that I've heard of this name before.
From the beginning, though.
Yeah.
And so Jed will stop you as you're explaining that, and he'll say, and he'll look at Daniel and say, do you think it would be beneficial if we are going to stop this curse to talk to people that were there and that would be comprehensive of the original, of the first, of the beginning?
Because if so, we can make our way there and we can go talk to them and I can go get more information.
What do you think, Daniel?
That would make sense. To find the culprit, you tend to go where he's been to figure out where he's going. So.
I agree. I think this is where you should go.
Okay. While you are all discussing this, Artie actually approaches Squibbish, and he kind of takes Squibbish aside and seems to be kind of like almost shyly talking to him about something, or like nervously talking to him about something, and they're kind of like whispering out of the way, closer to the fireplace. And so yeah, they're just kind of like whispering amongst themselves, not like whispering, but just hush hush a little bit.
Can I attempt to listen in discreetly?
Yeah, make a roll for it.
What you want? Stealth or insight?
What was that?
What do you want?
I'll
Stealth?
be right back. I gotta use the bathroom.
You're fine. Do I think perception, but like a 10 or higher will be all I need. So.
Right. Okay.
I'll hum a song of encouragement.
What does it sound like?
We're listening in. We're listening in. We're sneaking in. We're listening.
That's a D6, right? To add.
Wait, what's that?
I'm that song of encouragement. Would that happen to be a bardic inspiration?
Yes, it would be. So that would be a D6 to whatever you roll.
All right, so that is a 25.
Yeah, they might as well be shouting it to you, Daniel. But basically, the gist of the conversation is, Artie approaches Squibbish and he goes, "Yes, back when we were at the hospice, you said thank you. You said thank you, and that I was sent or something. I don't understand what you mean by that, and for some reason it makes sense, but no, it doesn't though.
Well, my friend, the truth will come to light soon. For now, just continue with these friends and help them as I have helped mine.
And he just goes, I don't think I understand, but I'll trust your word on this. All right. And they shake on it, and they come back to the table and everything.
I have
Mhm.
two things to go after that happens. I have two things really quick to chime in and get done.
Please.
First things first, the orb. You said the effects of it are once a day, right? And then every other day it recharges or whatever. You said once a day it can get us through one obstacle, like 100% can get us through it. Now, does
Mhm.
combining the two orbs do anything different?
I'm so glad you asked. So the orb of utility, that's the one that you had. That one can physically transform once per day.
Oh, to an
Into,
item that can help us do
yes,
something.
it can transform into an item. It cannot produce any kind of anything edible, nothing to drink, no kind of medicine. It is an item,
Gotcha.
an object. The the orb that Squibbish had, however, that is known as the Orb of Tongues, and it can translate any heard or spoken language to be understood or spoken, as well as written languages. It can translate those as well. So basically, now that they're one orb, once per day you get one or the other. You can either ask for utility or you can ask for tongues.
Got you. Awesome. Okay, got it.
Yes. Yes.
And then the other thing is,
Mhm.
I will stop and I will think about, because I would hope that Daniel will have relayed the information that was just heard to me, and I'll realize that as Artie was talking about when he first met, why is my brain doing this?
Squibbish.
Squibbish. Sorry, my brain's not working.
Wibbish.
It's a silly
As-
name. It's okay.
as-
Why not
when
do
he
something
first
like
met-
Smeagol or Gollum?
Yeah.
Come
When he first
on.
met Squibbish, he realizes that he also had a weird experience because he called him by a name he didn't recognize. And so he's going to kind of scrunch his eyebrows together and turn around and walk towards Squibbish and be like, I have a question for you, Squibbish.
What is it, my friend?
What do you mean by McLathers? And it's been a while.
He turns to the fire and he reaches above it. He has a little stepping stool. He's short. Gets a little box and steps up on top of it, and he grabs a small dusty book and he wipes it off and he opens it up. And inside are various scribbles and sketches.
Squibbish, might say. Yeah.
Yeah. And shut up. No, I'm just kidding. And he just tells you,
A long time ago. Well over 1,000 years ago. In my homeland of Aldervan, I had some friends. They saved me, and I gave them my loyalty and traveled with them.
Xander.
Okay, I do have a question after you're done talking.
Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say just remind me and or just pitch in as
I'm
you want.
just like thinking of things about my character, like
Yeah.
how it relates to, because has Squibbish been on this island since the curse started and everything?
So that will be explained actually. So yeah.
Because after this, I would love to have a conversation with Squibbish.
Okay.
And
Alright.
just so everybody knows, I guess I'll bring it up in a minute, but I'll bring up my side quest and open up, because one of my things is that I'm also trying to look for people that I can trust, because
Okay. Yeah.
in the line
yeah,
of thing that I do, I cannot really trust anybody. But after the whole, I just met y'all and y'all said, come on,
Mm.
We
come
saved your
on."
life. We didn't shun you.
Okay, no, listen, I basically got those Crocs down, and you guys took down the final blows. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I just jumped into the mouth of a gator and exploded, and and you did so much, bro. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did. I rode a gator like a bull.
All right. All right. All right. Yeah. That's funny.
But okay. But yeah, I mean, those are fair questions and everything, though. But Squish goes on to continue, and he basically tells you guys a story of 1,000 years ago, when he was a much younger thing. I believe he's a Kuatoa is his species, but yeah, 1,000 years ago, this party of a dwarf and a half orc barbarian and a elf ranger were traveling from the mountains, and they helped him, and in exchange, he helped them to overthrow a very corrupt kingdom. He then kind of gets a little somber, and he says that,
My friends, they are gone now. I don't know what happened to them after we conquered the castle. We fled, and I thought they were right behind me, but they were gone.
he continues, and towards Jed specifically, he says,
What you must understand, my friend, is that the souls of heroes, they never die, even if the body may. And you remind me of an old friend of mine. I believe his spirit walks within you.
and
Yeah.
Yes.
Jed'll nod his head at that and be like, okay, that makes sense, because it makes sense to Jed. That makes sense to Jed.
and
And it makes sense
yeah.
to Matthew too.
and that's all that really matters.
Heck yeah.
But
All that matters.
Which then tells you that basically for a couple years had passed since then, and he went back to his normal life and kind of tried to pick up his life a little bit. When one day something unexpected happened to Squibish. As he was walking towards the swamps to go fishing, there was a flash of lightning, and a light just appeared right in front of him, and it seemed like the fabric of the universe itself split open and almost blinded him with its light. And he tells you that that was when someone on the inside reached through with the orb, and it gave it to him. And something about him that day, Squibish has never been a brave soul. He's never been courageous necessarily. Helpful and loyal, yes, but courageous and brave, no. That day something changed, and he accepted that orb, and with it he accepted the responsibility, though he didn't quite know what it was. Ever since
So-
then, yes.
Is this before or after the curse happened?
This
Like,
is way before. This is way before in
before.
another land. Mhm.
okay.
And what brought Squibish to this land was over the years. Oh, nice. Over the years, the orb actually was stolen many times over, and Squibish just held on to the one that he had, and they were divided by different magics, and basically he thought he would never see them again until one day he was praying to his personal god, which he calls the storyteller. And he was told by this god that it was time for him to go in search of the four orbs to reunite them, which led him to this island. And he's been on the island since before the curse, but the curse has been strange to him because his species don't live that long. They live about 200 years. But he came into contact with the first orbs well before, hundreds of years, almost 1,000 years before arriving on the island. So he's lived
Okay.
an unnaturally long life.
So, if you do not mind, I would like to ask Squibbish a few questions
Hmm.
about him living on this island, him and who he knows, because at the same time, I'm still trying to find out what happened to my parents.
Gotcha.
I wanted to know if he came across them, if he's ever seen them before, you know.
Mhm. He just shakes his head and he says,
No, my friend. Your parents. I don't believe I ever crossed paths. And if I did, I'm sure I didn't recognize them. I'm sorry.
At this point, he's making his bed and he's actually preparing 3 cots on the floor as well, because it's nighttime by now and the stars have come out and it's pretty much pitch black outside. But let me see. Daniel, did you want to pitch in anything or ask anything particular?
Not anything just squibbish.
Okay.
I do have questions though, but they will be asked at a later date.
Okay, for sure. And then Jed, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. We have a heading. We got a lot of stuff talked out of the way. We know where we're going. I'm good to go to bed and start our journey on 4th, I think it was.
No, that's not it. That's not it. That's where we're going, right? Right there.
If everyone agrees to it and you all want to make that your heading, then absolutely.
Because that's where that family is, in that mountain.
What mountain?
It's left to the
It's kind of like northwest of the mountain. Basically, Xander's character knows, or Xander knows a particular family who were heavily involved in the mining at the mountain at the time where Aomaki came into existence. So, if I'm understanding correctly, Xander, you're kind of just looking to kind of figure out a bit more about what exactly is going on and who exactly Aomaki is, right?
exactly, because like I said, I've heard of him. I do not know much more than really just hearing his name.
Okay.
And the story that the family told me that they had an encounter while they were mining.
Okay.
So we see around the question mark, northwest.
Yes, it is a circle with a check mark, and above it is a question mark.
And keeping in mind that this is Squibbish's hand-drawn map, so it's not going to be the most precise, but those are like the areas. So like certain towns or villages probably aren't on there, but yeah. But okay, cool. And Daniel, was there anything else you wanted to ask about that, or are you on board with that, or did you have any qualms with that?
No, that seems
Okay, and then Jed, same with you.
I'm good.
Okay, cool. So, Squibbish goes ahead and he's made the beds and everything, and he suggests everyone goes ahead and rests for the night before starting off in the morning and having a full-on adventure. Is everyone on board to go ahead and rest for the night?
Yes.
Yes.
Do we want to keep anyone keep watch?
Squibbish volunteers. he just goes,
Rest, my friends. You will need your energy. I will keep watch.
I owe you many a favors, my friend. And I will.
all right. So if everyone goes ahead and they lay in their cots and they cover up with their little blankets, and
Ooh, super comfy.
yes, absolutely, the night has begun. In the middle of the night, actually, all of you, this is not initiative, by the way, but everyone just roll a d20 just so I can make a decision.
All right.
16.
19.
3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Xander, you got 19?
Yes, I got 19.
All right. So, you awaken. Your head is still on your little rolled up pillow, and you awaken, and you see Squibbish, and it appears that he just places something on his bed, like a book or a note or something, and he is seen getting a few things from his storage chest next to his bed, and he begins to walk out the curtain of the cave. What would you like to do? Are you what would you like to do based on that? You can make it known he does not know you're awake.
I would like to go check out the book. Just go check out its title.
Okay, and this is while he's only at the curtain, so he's still inside.
Oh, he's still inside. Okay, okay.
Yeah, he's just getting his things together. You can't quite see what he has in his arms, but he's getting some
Okay.
together.
Well, it's the middle of the night, you said?
Yeah, it's like middle of the night, really early morning, like right there.
Okay. I would like to get up, walk up to him and tell him to go rest for the night, and that I can keep watch the rest of the night.
Oh, well, that is kind, friend. I apologize if I woke you. Do not worry about me, but I thought tonight would be a good night for some fishing. Please, if you would like to watch over your friends, that is fine. Or go back to sleep, and you will all see me in the sunrise.
And with that, he tilts his head and he goes ahead and he walks out. And as the moonlight hits him, you can see he has a fishing pole and a bucket of bait with him. And he just kind of waddles out and coughs a little bit and leaves. With that, the other two of you go ahead and wake up, and Matt's off doing something. So, Daniel, you go ahead and wake up. And yeah, I was gonna say, you can ask Xander. You missed the events yourself, but
Where has Squibbish gone?
He has gone fishing. He saw it as a good time to go and relax.
How long did you say we slept? Did you say?
how long would I say you slept?
Yeah.
Let me see. Maybe like 5 or 6 hours.
Perfect. All right.
Yeah. Jed, do you know what's going on?
No, I'm groggy.
It's okay. You were asleep, so but you also wake up. You and Daniel both woke up after Xander did, and Squibbish is no longer in the cave. He's left, and it's about like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Xander said he went fishing.
Went fishing.
Yeah.
Okay. That seems. Thought he was on watch. That's kind of weird.
Let's see.
Can I investigate the area and make sure everything's a-okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to do an investigation roll?
Yeah. I got an 11.
11.
Yeah.
Nothing seems out of place. You notice that one of the trunks next to his bed has been left open, and he's taken some things out of there, seemingly his fishing things. On his nightstand next to his bed, there is a quill and ink that's recently been used. And on the bed itself, there appears to be a like a scroll or a letter that's bound up, and it just says the word "friends" on it.
Okay. Do you think we should rest? Do you guys think we should rest? Do you want to go see what Squibish is up to? Make sure he's all right.
Can you tell me about the scroll?
Yeah, it just says friends on it, man. Like I don't know. It just says friends. I think there's like 8 seasons. I think I have the full cassette tape.
It's and just to clarify, it says "friends" on the outside, but it is bound up, so that's just like a tag on the outside of it. That's not like what it says, but
Oh, we haven't. I didn't read it. Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
we can read it though.
Yes, I was wanted to open it because I thought it was the label of the note.
you said you want to read it, or you want to do something else.
I was gonna read it.
Okay. Yeah, if you would like to read it, you go ahead and you unravel the wire or the twine around it, and it unrolls, and there's a handwritten letter to you guys from Squibish, and it says, well, hold on, let me do something right quick, just to make things a little more personable right quick. You open the letter, and the opening line of it is, as his catchphrase basically is, it just says "friends," and it follows on from there. And I will actually drop you guys his letter in the Skype chat, and you can read it for yourself.
Okay, now my character is slightly worried where Squibish is gone. Just just by reading the letter, he doesn't understand if Squibish has left, or or if he's going to be back in the morning.
I'm going to go outside and see if I can see Squibish's footprints.
Well, I saw which direction he walked in
That is useful.
because I followed him outside and told him goodbye and told him that I'd keep watch, and then y'all woke up.
Yeah.
And so honestly, I think we should go follow Squibish footprints if we can find any, and go see where he is and see if he's okay.
I will quickly attempt to track him down if I can get a general direction using his directions and.
Yeah. I was gonna say, if you just want to do an investigation roll for some tracks.
Oh.
And Jed, while they're doing that, was there anything you wanted to say or do?
After reading the note, I think Jed will kind of understand. And when Jed read it, he kind of was like, hey, he's leaving us with this because, he's moving on. He heard a story. He understands a lot how it goes to leave. Even though you make friends, you do stuff sometimes, especially when you start bringing destiny into it, like things change. So I don't think I think that Jed will follow y'all because y'all are friends. Like we're all friends, and he'll help y'all. But he's not gonna lead and like be like, "Let's go get Squibbish." He kind of thinks that, and he'll say this eloquent. He'll be like, I think that he's gonna go his own way, but maybe we should follow. If you think it's best, if you two think it's best, we should follow to make sure that he's in good hands and not just dying on the side of the road or jumping off a cliff or something. So
Yeah.
Something tells me will not wish to be found and will not find him. I say that with my 11 that I rolled.
I will say my character has not built that much trust towards Daniel and Jed yet. He respects them for helping in the combat which we faced 3 days ago, and that y'all welcomed him to the group, but he's still weary and everything. So if we do go, my character will stay behind y'all.
Like behind us, and you want to stay at the cave, or you just want to like follow behind that?
I will follow behind them.
Okay. All right. Is everyone on the same page with that, or?
Well,
Yeah.
first, what does my 11 tell me?
I mean, you do see tracks. He was walking at a very normal, steady pace, leaving his little muddy footprints in the grass. But yeah, he didn't run. He didn't run or sprint or seem like in a hurry, but he, headed on his way. So yeah, tracks are pretty clear. So if everyone wants to follow, then I'll just kind of tell you the scene and everything. You all follow him, which, by the way, are you guys wanting to catch up to him, or are you wanting to kind of stealth behind him and just kind of see what he's up to?
I say stealth behind him.
Yeah.
And if we need to, we can confront him.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So as you guys are carefully walking through this tall grass, it's tall even for you. For him, it's magnificently tall because he's so short. But it winds through the tall grass leading towards the coast, kind of where the coast meets the wooded forest area. And as you continue, there's an opening into some mud, like some muddy land. And on the map, that's actually going to be like down towards the bottom left of the map. But yeah, it's just kind of like this open field of like saltwater mud kind of pools that go out onto the actual beach itself. But they're very big and very deep. And you see Squibbish, and by this time you notice that his rod is nowhere to be found. You notice that his bait bucket is empty by the water, and it seems like he's just dumped his bait out, probably into the water. You see some small fish just, bubbling up to eat some of the small bits of like bugs and whatever it was. And Squibbish himself is in the water about chest high, and he's just looking up at the moon. And the water around him is glowing. It's glowing blue, and it's a soft blue. It's not aggressive or scary, but he is progressively walking out deeper into the water, and it goes from chest to neck to chin.
So the water's up to his chin now.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to confront him? Do we just want to see where? Do we want to stop him and see where he's going? Do you want to try to talk to him? Because if so, if it's the last time we'll ever see him, which I highly doubt, but
I think we let him do his thing.
Yeah, I agree.
okay.
The motherfucker, he just left it. He's like, here's a free house. Here's a free safe place. Here's what's ever in the house. You know what I mean? Like,
Did he give us the other orb?
Yeah, it combined. Remember?
It combined.
Okay. I remember now.
Yeah. So with that, Squibbish goes deeper and deeper.
Drown.
What's that?
He's also a fish man, so I don't believe he can drown. So.
Good observation. But he goes deeper and it reaches about to his, like, just where his mouth is. And at that point, he stops and the water is still glowing. And it seems like with the glow of the water, you see it illuminating, from his, his like mid face up. And you can see into the water where his body should be, but it seems like it's fading into the water itself, just kind of disappearing, dispersing. And when he stops, he looks up at the moon one last time and he turns around and the water sloshes a little bit. And he says,
It was a pleasure to travel with new friends.
and he turns back and his head goes under the water and he's gone.
So he knew we were there, or did he say that to himself?
No, he was saying it to you guys. 100%.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel honored to be his friend. No,
And yes.
listening for the thing of
And-
3 days.
For sure, for sure. And just to clarify, more specifically for Matthew, because Matthew knows this character, he's known him a lot longer. Just FYI, Squibbish is done. He ain't coming back.
Yeah, I
It is-
figured.
Yeah. It is time that Squibbish retired.
What's
Yeah.
the other character's name?
Artie?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is he back at the house?
He's back at the cave still. Yeah, he's passed out. He doesn't do with stress very well. So the traveling and all that, he's brand new to it. So he's as far as traveling in the way that you guys do it. But okay. So do you guys want to go back to the cave or anything?
Yeah.
Just regather your supplies. Okay.
I feel like
Yeah.
and-
Honestly,
Sorry,
I think we should honestly see what he left us in the house, and
We should
well,
probably
he left
rest
us the
first.
house. Yeah,
but
go
we need to
rest.
finish our long rest, yeah.
What's that?
We do need to finish our long rest, but I wanted to say, as Daniel looks to see where Squibbish used to be, you can, if you look closely, you can see a single tear come from his face as he
Oh,
walks back to the house. Goodbye, friend. Oh, my phone's dying.
oh, the phone's dying. Oh no!
Be back.
I guess Squibbish wasn't the only one that died.
Oh no.
I will say, even though my character has not known Squibbish, but for only 3 days, he is still, the words.
Basically, it's really hard to get to know someone that well and be that friendly towards you, and then watch them immediately fade into nothing.
Yes.
For
So, Xander does have respect towards him in some kind of way, and he really realized the respect that he had for him when he went under the water.
For sure. That's cool. That's cool. So now that everyone is back in the house, the hut, the cave, whatever you want to call it, at this time, it is time to go ahead and, it's the sun's coming up, it's morning again, and everyone is welcome to.
Ben!
But oh no! Oh, his phone probably died. That's okay. Let's see.
He'll be back in a minute.
For sure. In the meantime, we are going to do some simulated foraging rolls just to kind of like fill some time, but the property does belong to you guys now. You can call it your HQ, you can just abandon it, whatever you want to do, it's yours. With that being said, everything in it is also yours. So the best way I'm going to go about this is if everyone would like to do like how about we do this? Up to 3 rolls for foraging and just see kind of like what you can find in there. So foraging is a D20 and then a D4. And so you just tell me what that is, and that's one item. You can do that up to 3 times.
3 times.
D20 and a D4.
Yeah.
Natural 20 and a 4.
Natural 20 and a 4. Ooh.
I got a 22.
Okay. So you rolled a 20 and then you got a 2 on the D4?
Yes.
Okay. So you both go towards a little chest that's kind of near his headboard of his bed. And Jed, you find in the chest a small diamond that is actually worth 50 gold pieces.
Cool.
Xander,
I return.
Hi, welcome back. Xander, you find 4 gold pieces, also in the same chunk. We're just doing some foraging rolls while we're back in the cave, because everything in there belongs to you guys, but obviously, like, there's a ton of stuff, so I'm just kind of having everybody do foraging rolls just to see what you find.
Fair enough.
So if you want to roll a d20 and a d4, then I'll tell you what you get, and everyone can do that up to 3 times. So Jed and Xander, you guys still can do more if you would like to.
On my
Yeah,
second
I got-
roll, I got an 8. So I got a 2 and a 6.
You got 2. So on the d20, you got a 6, and then you got
A 2 on the D4.
Okay. So a 6 and a 2. You find some eggs that he was probably going to cook, but they are no bueno. They're pretty rotten, so they smell pretty bad.
Dang. Can I throw
Jed,
one at Jed playfully?
You do whatever
Like,
you want.
hey, Jed, catch. Ha ha ha.
I nat 20'd the catch.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Here, I'll pick it up. Not even moving. That's a 20. I'm nat 20'd the catch.
That's funny.
So you toss it at me, and I just kind of go,
I'm Batman.
thanks. And I'll put that in my pocket. I got a 15 and a 1 for mine. My next one.
15 and a 1. You got some short kindling sticks that were by the fireplace. Let's see. And Daniel, did you want to do 1 or 2?
Yeah, I got a 3 and a 13.
3 and 13. Oh, done. 13. You find a bag containing some purple moss, and this is a certain species of moss that the powder that it produces can actually lull someone into sleeping for 2 hours. So, yeah.
All right. And I'm going to go a third.
What's
I
that?
went
Jake?
my third time. I got a 4 and a 19. So I got a 23.
You go through some of his cooking supplies and you find, ooh, this is gonna be interesting. You find an Eye of Lotus mushroom, and this is a unique mushroom that it will allow you to astral project for 1 hour while your body remains in a trance.
That's cool.
And what does that mean exactly?
The astral projection,
Yes.
to be determined. We'll see if you use it or if you use it on someone. Has to be ingested.
Has to be ingested. Okay.
I rolled a 9 and a 4.
9 and 4. Wild lettuce. 1 HP's worth of food, basically.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay. I rolled 2 more. I got a 2 and a 15.
15, 2. You also find some dry sticks for kindling. Fun
More
fun.
sticks. And a 2 and a 3.
2 and 3.
D4 is the 2.
The D4 is the 2. Okay, so You got some raspberries. You got a whole bunch of them. It's 1 HP. Actually, no. It is a D4 roll to see how many HP it is worth. So basically, roll a D4, and then however many you roll, that's how many HP is worth of raspberries you find.
Raspberries.
Yeah. Raspberries. Which, FYI, I don't want to give away too much because, like, obviously there are surprises, but there is a point to there are some hidden things within foraging that will be pretty cool additions if you guys choose to do that, but they're not necessities. They're just like there are some things that can be introduced when enough foraging is done. So yeah, that's just a thing. Artie is looking around as well by this time, and he's kind of confused still on what's going on.
Oh yeah.
Also, sorry, Daniel, did you have any more to do, or was that your last one?
That was my last one.
Okay. But yeah, Daniel's looking around. He's actually looking at the note on the bed. And at this time, he actually reaches underneath the bed and he finds a long wooden case with carvings all over it. And he pulls it out and it has a lock on it, but it's a very, very old lock. Does anyone want to try breaking it open? Well,
Yeah.
I will try to. Oh wait, no. Go ahead, Daniel. Go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, I should be able to just pull it off. It's old.
Do you want to just like do a strength check or something?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Give me like a 5 or higher. It's really old.
Yep, that is a 15.
Oh yeah, easy peasy. Just and it snaps off. As you open this case, it's dusty and there's a piece of cloth laying over something that's about yay long. It's pretty long. And you remove the cloth, and laying inside this case is the last thing that Squibbish left to you guys. The thing in which noted in his letter but didn't really name. There is a sword inside that is seemingly made of ruby. Just pure red ruby that's like transparent but very red, and the hilt has diamonds inside of it. And something about this sword, as you look at it, you can just tell it's embedded with some kind of enchantment or magic.
Right.
Something very ancient and powerful.
I will grab the sword and hand it to Jed. It's like, something tells me you should have this.
Okay. Thank you. And
I look at the very pretty sword and think of ways to steal it.
got you. I
very
look
shiny
at
sword.
Xander and I say, calm down. I can see his face. Can I try to attune with it?
Yeah, you can.
I mean, maybe let's just do. Can I just do an Arcana check on it, maybe? First?
Yes. Yeah, you can do that.
Because everyone attunes to him and you figure out what it is, but that takes time. I want to do it fast.
For sure.
Oof, I got a 12.
You got a 12. So this reminds you of a story you heard when you were a young man growing up in Aldervin. There was a story about a thing called the Sword of Souls. And based on your knowledge, that sword was made out of just white diamond. It was just pure and white. This one is red, but everything about it resembles what you've always seen in pictures and heard of in stories of the Sword of Souls.
Okay.
The Sword of Souls, supposedly, according to legend, will trap the soul of anyone that it takes the life of. It'll trap it inside of it, and the souls can be released when a particular word is spoken when it strikes its target. But that's about it, and it's there's a lot of lore behind it, and some people say it's not real. Like I said, this doesn't
off.
look like
Call
it.
still going.
You're good. But yeah, so
Does it need a
you
password?
Yeah.
We'll get down to give you a password.
Because you didn't do anything on it for a long time.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh my goodness.
So do I think that's what it is? What the sword is?
You think it might be like either that or it might be in close relation or possibly from the same maker. You're not quite sure.
Okay. So I'm gonna pack it. I'm gonna pack it for now, and try to attune with it before I start using it, basically.
Okay.
So
Does it require attunement?
Hmm?
Does it require attunement?
Well, I'm not too sure.
most magic items do require
Most
attunement.
do, but
Yeah.
some don't, and so it's
I gotcha. So how does attunement work? Like
Attunement-
what's the process?
Usually it's like a time frame before you're able to actually use it or know how to use it. So basically it's like meditating with a magic item, and it takes time. So that way basically the rule is there. So when you're in the middle of a battle and you pick up someone's sword, you can't just use the bad guys, the big bad evil guys, like super awesome +5 hit and damage sword. You have to attune for it. And sometimes the DM goes, yeah, you have to attune for that, and it takes 2 years. I have heard it, I have seen it, and it's insane, but it's to keep you from being OP, basically.
Okay.
it's kind of like meditating with the thing to like attune your magic with it.
So you can
learn-
understand it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you learn
Okay.
exactly what, and when you attune, you do learn exactly what it is.
Yes.
And that's the otherwise like lore stuff.
Okay. So I'm not sure if this goes like against or with the idea of attuning, but basically, well, first of all, this is a homebrew item. So
Yeah.
the way that I kind of in my head have it is you will kind of attune with it or connect with it as you use it.
Got you.
Ah,
Is it a short sword?
Yeah.
Okay,
it's a
cool.
one-handed sword.
I can use it then. My
that's
strength
what I
is
thought.
0.
Yeah.
if it has what's it, finesse, I think it is. Yeah, if it has finesse, I can use it because I can use dex
Yeah.
for it. But if
Mhm.
it doesn't have finesse, I'm done. I can't
Trust
use
me,
it.
if I thought it was a great sword, I would have kept it. But I was pretty sure it was a short sword.
Yeah, I was
so I
about
had,
to say.
Yeah, just a short sword.
All
But
right.
okay, cool beans. So everyone has their starting items. Everyone's done this, that, and the other. It's morning.
I will
and-
actually. I'll go ahead and use this. Oh, is it metal or is it all like gem? Is it made of metal at all?
No, it is. It's pure like crystalline of some kind.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, cool.
no problem.
Okay, so with that, let's see about going to a new location. So, yeah, was there anything you guys wanted to do left before we headed out to a new location? I know we didn't here.
It's already 10 o'clock.
Do you think we should put a gravestone up for Scribbage?
No,
Or like a
No.
memorial?
I think he's lived so long that where he has gone, he's not dead, but he is living. It seems weird to say it in such a way, but he's in a place where he will never be forgotten and he will never need a grave because he's more than that, basically. That was not a natural death.
He has become a god.
I don't think that's true, but
Not quite, but you can think
That's
of him
exactly what
however
happened.
He's now the storyteller. Okay.
From now on, Xander has a religion. It's Squibbishology, and he just worships Squibbish.
Squibishology.
Yeah,
he
I
found-
want to
he
change
found,
my faith to that. I'll change my faith to that.
yeah. You guys,
He
you guys
found
can see the
Squibbage's
culture.
gold plate.
In the name of the squabbage, the squunch, and the scully squirit.
3 squidges in one.
Squedgy tails.
There's a bunch of
Jesus
fish.
Christ.
It's Squedgy Tails.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess
Love
I
it.
guess technically, if we're heading behind the mountain, we should head to like the town in front of it first,
Well,
because
for God's sake, let's stay on the daggum path. How about that?
no, that's obvious. Like the path leads to the town in
Can
front of
we
the
all
mountain.
agree never to go off path ever again in
Yeah,
the
can
woods?
we not
I-
ever go
I-
into the woods?
Like,
feel
let's.
I feel like that was obvious.
I mean, the big tree dude already said, "Do not come back here."
He said don't stray from the path.
But
So
no,
we're all bickering as we're walking, right? That's what's happening.
Pretty much. Which I'm a level with you guys. In my very, very last minute preparation for everything, and also keeping in mind kind of how the last session went, a lot of this is going to be making up for storytelling because that drives a lot of it. So this is going to be a largely storytelling session. So
that's fine.
I don't
I'm
want to
okay
give
with
away
that,
too much,
'cause
but yeah. By the way, is
might
everyone
have
doing
to-
all right on time? I'm thinking like 11:30ish would be like the final cutoff, if it goes that long. But is that okay with everyone? Or
Should be good.
I might not make it to 11:30,
okay,
but
what
I will.
What would be a comfortable time for you?
I know it's almost 10:30 now. I got church in the morning.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too, and I'm in the band. But okay, fine. No, I'm messing with you. No, I
No,
totally.
but if I don't get sleep, I'll be grumpy in the morning.
I completely get that, man. Well, if you get to your point and you're just like ready to call it, you just let me know, and I will do whatever I can to accommodate. Okay.
Yeah, I can always pause anywhere. So
Yeah.
Um. So yeah. So full on morning. You guys go ahead and you travel up to. You said you wanted to go to that town. The one in
Yep.
front of the mountain, right?
Yes, the path leads straight to, like, there's no way to go through the deep woods, so we have to go around it to
I need to go there and find some rations. I have nothing.
Which is a good observation. It does take some time to get there, so we gotta see how many days we went through.
Oh
I have-
no!
I have no food.
Well, we reached 4 days. 4
That
days
is-
journey.
That's bad. Okay.
It's a little bad, yeah. So, do you remember the rule with food and everything?
I don't remember the consequences, but
If I remember correctly, for every day that you didn't eat, it's basically 1 HP until you can eat something to make up for it. Does that sound right to you, Matthew?
yeah,
Okay.
let me,
Can we go hunting for rations?
You can go foraging. You can go
I can
foraging.
go
I mean,
foraging.
like you could find an animal, but you know.
Can I
So-
forage for food?
You can. If you want to do that real quick, between Matthew and Ben, was there anything you guys needed to know or hear?
I'm okay. I
Okay.
have 1 ration left,
Okay.
but I don't want everyone else to starve, so I'm gonna help forage on the way. So I'm gonna roll.
I
as well.
got a 23, so I got a 4 and a 19.
19 and 4. Okay, so. So you find some green mushroom. It doesn't do much for HP, but it will give you temporary +3 to a non-physical attribute or challenge. So that was your first one. I mean, you can do it a couple more times. If you want to roll again, I'll go to Matthew. Or who rolled next? Was it Matthew?
I got it. 16
Okay.
and 1.
16-1. 16-1. You find some long grass, super useful. Which, by the way, any of these things I list off, if you don't want them or you don't think you'll want to use it, you don't have to keep them. You can just ignore them.
I'll
But,
make mine into a tea.
yeah, into a tea. Okay, I see you. Getting
Yeah.
fun.
I have
9 and a 3.
A 9 and a 3. 9 and 3. Ooh, you find some carrots, which are 1 HP.
All right.
Yeah.
Somebody just got berries too, didn't they?
Yep, I got raspberries too. Yeah.
Okay.
I got an 18 and a 3.
18-3.
Gotcha. No, I've been counting. Don't worry. and I've counted all of it. Huh? I plan on it.
Okay, so you find skunk flower, which is 1 HP's worth of food, but it's really, really, really disgusting to eat, and it's not a pleasant experience. But yeah, it has other attributes, but
Constitution saving throw. Constitution saving.
pretty much.
All right. I'm gonna
Assuming you
roll.
want to eat it.
I got an 8 and a 2.
8-2. You find some torn cloth, so nothing much in terms of food.
I got a 1 and a 6.
You find a stick.
More twigs.
Yeah, kindling.
On that roll, you actually find nothing. Matthew knows what that's like. You find
I'm gonna roll one more time.
one more time.
I got a 2.
What?
I
You
got
got
a
two
1 and a
ones?
1.
Oh,
Yeah, I
a
got
1 and
two.
a 1.
So what do I get? I think I get some pretty good stuff from that, to be
You
honest.
find some mazel berries, and mazel berries are
Mazelberries.
delicious, and they provide 2 HP.
Yeah.
I got a 15 and a 4.
15 and 4. You're gonna be so mad at me, Matthew.
No.
So you find some more sticks, but these are logs. You find some logs, very good for fires or carving. You know.
Okay. I'll hold on to those.
Yeah, I was
Even
gonna
a
say
car.
you have a few sticks and logs now.
I got a 3 and a 1. The 3 is the D4 and the 1 is the D20.
Blueberries.
More berries.
But it is BLEW berries. You don't want to eat these, but when these berries are thrown at a hard surface, they will actually ignite into a crack, like a crackling sparkler type thing. So they're kind of like flammable and very, very bright.
Okay.
They're like poppets on cocaine.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. Definitely don't want to eat them, though.
How many would you say I would find? Because I feel like I think I'd be using these.
Let's see. Was that 3 for everyone?
That would be 3. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And then Jaden, was that your third one?
Yeah. I
Okay.
just noticed that I have a longbow.
What is that doing on my back? Wow.
He's just like walking. Yeah. Then yeah, he's like, oh, what is this string?
Oh.
Guys, I've been on this island for 123
You're all
years.
good.
I think I know. Listen, it gets a little much sometimes.
It's just like, oh man, I've been looking for this for months. But okay, cool. So how did that affect everyone's health, by the way, based on the things you found? But was that helpful to anyone?
I did find like each food item. Would you say would be like 1 ration? Would you say, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So I did have I only found carrots. So with the raspberry, that's 2 rations.
Okay.
Not enough 4 days.
Gotcha. Okay.
What about?
I will share whatever rations I can to get you there. I had 1 piece of meat, which we would have to stop and cook. I had a
I thought that
hearty
was more like a
ration.
jerky. So
Uh,
I thought that was more like a jerky.
no, but I have a piece of meat. The hearty ration was more like the jerky, but my hearty ration.
Oh.
So, however, we have to split that up, and I still had 6 rations.
All right.
So the reason I said I had only 1 ration left is because I thought if we split everything up, we could kind of make it to where we're all kind of hungry, but we're not starving.
All right.
So I
You're
would
not
say,
gonna die, you know.
We should be able to cook that meat. So.
yeah, I would say that we probably made it by the skin of our teeth.
Yeah.
Would you say, Doug? That
Yeah.
sounds
No,
about right.
I think you guys just made it, but definitely food is going to be a definitely thing on the shopping list for you guys.
All right.
Seth,
I'll get rid
you-
of my.
Finn had 2 food items. How many
Yep.
food items did you have, Jaden?
We had the skunk flowers and the delicious berries, if I remember.
So 2, so
Yeah.
4 plus.
And then I got some mushrooms.
We literally barely made it. If y'all
Yeah.
had 4, I had 8. Yeah, 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. 4 days. That's 1 ration a day. That's 4 times 3, or 4 times 4 is 16. Oh no, we didn't make it. We're a little hungry.
Yeah, I forgot about Artie.
Artie, we're just for simplicity, we'll let him take care of himself when it comes to rations and everything. But he's in a similar place where he's like, okay, food is a necessity. We need to get some.
Yeah, it's time to eat. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll get rid of my carrots and raspberries.
So while
So
you guys are here, go ahead.
We just get to the town.
Yes, you're actually entering the town as you're kind of finishing up the last of your morsels that you found. And this town, this is the one right in front of the mountain. Well, it's
Yes.
right in front. There's still some distance, but
Yeah.
it's the one nearest to the mountain. This town is larger than the one you guys were in before. There are some actual houses and some inns, taverns. There's a bank in this town, as well as some vendors that are selling produce. As you guys are walking into the middle of the town, you see people riding horses and walking ostriches that are carrying bags of different produce, and the smell of bread hits your hungry lungs and stomachs, and you're just like, oh my gosh, this smells so good. There's a few beggars over on a wall on an alleyway that you guys are passing by, one of which is a kenku creature. If you're familiar with those, they're little like raven humanoid creatures. This one's unique though, and he has a big bald spot on his head where like the feathers were ripped out, and he's begging with a little cup. He goes, coin please. Coin please.
Back, you wretched creature!
He's just making weird, begging noises.
I will have to say though, my character is very depressed right now, and he has to go to a pub and go take a nap.
Yeah. Is it time for him to take a nap?
Yeah, it's time for him to take a nap.
Okay. All right. No.
All right.
You know what? I'll tell you guys what. The part that I know we're going to go into by next session, I will be fully prepped for it, because it's already like right there and everything. It is just a little more lengthy, and I did spend a lot of time doing a lot of the storytelling, kind of making up for last time a little bit. So
Alright.
I know we didn't do like any action and stuff, but thank you
That's fine.
guys for playing this much and for letting the story continue on, because you guys have breathed life into it, and you've given me things to think about, and that will help a lot and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, if everyone's good, we can go ahead and call it for tonight.
Yeah. Hey, real
Um,
quick, when are we playing next? It would be the 15th, right?
I believe so. I was just
Is-
thinking about that.
Is there any chance we could change that to, like, is everybody good to play like a Friday night?
I should be Good Friday.
Like the 14th Friday night?
I don't see why not. I technically work on Fridays, but it shouldn't be that late. If it's that late, then like it could happen, but rarely.
I just meant, and I like what we do already. I like the sessions we have on Saturday nights. The 15th, I do have something that just popped up out of nowhere. I was wondering, I still want to play, and I didn't want to but I think we're all pretty flexible. I was going to see if we could play on the 14th. So Friday, same time, if that's
I
cool.
That should be good.
I was gonna say we can do that, or if you guys want, as far as I know, I could even do it this upcoming Friday or Saturday even. But that's strictly up to you guys' availability and what you actually want to do.
I should be good for that also.
Okay. Jaden, where are you at?
What about you, Jaden? I can't hear you.
I should be able to do the upcoming Friday.
I can't do the upcoming Friday.
Okay. So what about Saturday? Like that would be the 8th.
8th. Matthew.
I'm good with that, if Jaden is.
What day?
Saturday.
the 8th.
Saturday the 8th.
This upcoming Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do this upcoming Saturday.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Same
right.
time. That Saturday. Okay.
Yeah.
8:30.
I was gonna say 8:30 at the latest. I'll try to log on by like 8:15, and like I said, everything will already be in place going forward, so we'll actually get to like do a lot more.
All right.
But yeah. So awesome. Saturday the 8th it is.
And then we'll skip the 15th and go back on the 22nd and do our. Oh wow, that's gonna be fun.
What is that noise?
I don't know.
Somebody's chewing their mic.
But,
All right, that sounds awesome, guys.
All right.
and yeah, so you guys have a good week, and we will check back in. And I might hit you guys up about some personal plotline things, updates, questions.
I'm unsure if I'm going to be able to respond soon because, like, this week I'm going to be completely gone.
Are you at
like
camp?
Okay.
Camp, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and that's totally fine. It's like if I have anything, that's just if I have anything.
Mhm.
Once again, that's your personal plot line, so it is strictly within the constraints of like what you choose to pursue with your character and everything. So it's you can just get to it when you get to it, no biggie.
Mhm.
So
Gosh,
All
just
right,
hold it off
y'all.
for 2 more minutes and it'll be a 2-hour session, guys.
okay, we can do that. We can do that. Let me see something real quick. After we end the call,
All right.
I'm going to send something to the Skype chat, and I'm not going to give you any context. No, you know what? No. You know what? I will give you some context. Daniel, when you were outside of the cave
Okay.
and that gust of wind and that sound came by,
Mhm.
I'm going to send you that sound.
Okay then.
And all of you are going to hear it. And then you'll have a whole week to think about it.
Spooky. Not weird at all.
Spooky.
Yeah.
Spooky. You know, okay.
Bro, not the spookiest. He had us in a freaking orphanage with baby demons. It was insane. But it was actually, at first I'm thinking like, oh, this is going to be fun. We're going to do this. And then it was like really freaking creepy. I was like, oh,
I was
God.
proud of myself. I was proud of myself.
Terrifying.
Dude, I was like,
Those noises you made were terrifying.
I was not ready. I was like, holy crap, no, please. Because I'm like, my character is going to get locked in the corner. And like, ah. I was like, no, dude.
There's more where that came from, I promise. It's
No, I don't want to see that. My
No,
character.
no, I
Xander
got-
eaten by babies. Xander eaten by babies.
Jaden, I got some special spooks lined up that you don't gotta worry about the babies, okay? You're gonna have plenty to encounter on your own.
Man, as long as I don't have to deal with demonic babies, I think I'll be fine. Me personally.
Well, a couple did run into the forest, so we'll see.
True.
Well, can't you just punt them? They
Oh.
are babies. You can just pick them up and just.
Oh, no, dude. You have no idea. Go back. Is the video still available? Or did
Yeah.
it get deleted?
No, it's available. It's on YouTube.
But you put it on YouTube?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, I didn't tell you.
Is it the session that you sent me?
It's the. I'll just put the link for the YouTube channel in, and I haven't been sharing it with anyone outside of
Oh,
our
crap.
group. So
Okay.
like,
I actually do have to go.
okay, no
But-
worries, man. No
Ah, yeah,
worries.
there you go.
But yeah, I'll send you guys 2 things in the Skype, and y'all have a good night. Okay.
You too.
All right, thanks. See y'all.
Peace out, everyone.
Yeah.